So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Boy, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Davis is furious after learning that Floyd Mayweather reportedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their rematch, viewing it as a betrayal by his former mentor, Tank. Davis has freely stated that it's better to have issues with Floyd Mayweather than to be on good terms with him. He suggested that being too close to Mayweather brings problems, saying that Floyd has done things to him that no one else knows about. While Davis didn't go into detail, his words suggest that Mayweather's influence had a negative effect on him both personally and professionally. Davis has previously expressed frustration with Mayweather's actions behind the scenes, hinting that their relationship was more complicated than it looked publicly. He acknowledged that Floyd had already done what he needed to do in boxing, but Tank believed that focusing on himself was the best way forward. He doesn't want to be affected by Mayweather's presence or choices anymore. By keeping his distance, Davis feels he can maintain a clear mindset and stay focused on his own job. He sees that Mayweather's influence was affecting him in ways that weren't beneficial. Now, with his rematch against Lamont Roach approaching, Tank is fully focused on his future, making it clear that he wants to move forward without being under Mayweather's shadow.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, I mean 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis addressed his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that he is now focused on his own business. When asked about Floyd's involvement or potential support, Davis responded that Mayweather has always been the way he is and that he has already achieved everything he needed to in boxing. Davis recognized that if he were in Floyd's situation, having achieved the same level of success, he would likely act the same way. Davis expressed that he knows Mayweather's stance, suggesting that he does not hold any resentment. Instead, he sees that Mayweather has moved on from actively being involved in other fighters' careers. While some might read Mayweather's distance as a lack of support, Davis does not seem to take it personally. He admits that Mayweather has done his part in the sport and is now enjoying the benefits of his legacy. Rather than dwelling on his past connection with Mayweather, Davis is now focused entirely on himself and his own journey. He is motivated to carve out his own legacy. Separate from the shadow of his former mentor, Davis knows that ultimately, his success will depend on his efforts, discipline, and ability to stay at the top of the sport. With his upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach, Davis is fully concentrated on securing a definitive win and reclaiming his dominance. He is not looking for outside validation or help. His mindset is strictly on proving himself and ensuring that his name stays among the elite in boxing. As he moves forward, Tank makes it clear that his attention is on his own career and future rather than looking back at his relationship with Mayweather.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him, but like stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like you come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type of shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been giving tips to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, which has raised eyebrows in the boxing world. Mayweather known for his mastery of the sport, has always stressed that young fighters often make mistakes with their jabs and overall technique. He has stated that his goal is not just to teach boxing but to help shape future stars who can become the face of the sport. However, his involvement with Roach has caused tension, especially with Tank Davis. Tank, who was once taught by Mayweather from the beginning of his career, now feels betrayed by his former promoter. For years, Mayweather was in Tank's pocket, guiding him to major victories and helping him build his brand. But now seeing Mayweather offer advice to his opponent has made Tank question Floyd's loyalty. It's not just about advice, it's about trust, and Tank thinks Floyd crossing to the other side is a sign of disloyalty. This situation mimics what happened with Frank Martin. Mayweather once worked with Martin, giving insights to improve his game, but later distanced himself. The pattern says that Mayweather moves according to his interests rather than staying committed to one fighter. As Tank prepares for his fight with Roach, he must set aside any feelings of betrayal and focus on proving himself with or without Mayweather in his corner. Tank knows that the only way to solidify his reputation is by dominating inside the ring.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Let's do it, come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even really a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has praised Lamont Roach for his impressive skills and power, emphasizing that Roach is a real contender in the sport. Jones highlighted Roach's ability to adapt in the ring, adding that his strong fundamentals and ring IQ make him a dangerous opponent for anyone. While many may have doubted Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, his performance showed that he belongs at the top level of boxing. Jones pointed out that Roach's ability to handle challenges sets him apart. He has fought through tough challenges, always improving with each fight. His footwork, defense, and counter-punching skills make him a well-rounded fighter who can change his game plan depending on his opponent. Roach is not just a boxer with heart. He has the technical skills to back it up. Another key point Jones emphasized is Roach's punching power. While he may not have the same knockout reputation as Davis Roach, he has proven that he can hurt his opponents with precision and timing. His ability to land clean, effective shots makes him a real threat, especially in long fights, where his accuracy and stamina come into play. Jones also spoke about Roach's discipline and commitment outside the ring. He praised Roach's work ethic, saying that his commitment to training is what helps him to consistently perform at a high level. Unlike some fighters who depend solely on athleticism, Roach's success comes from a combination of skill, preparation, and mental toughness. With his growing confidence and refined technique, Jones thinks Roach will continue to be a force in boxing. Whether in a rematch with Davis or against another top contender, Roach has shown that he is ready for any task that comes his way.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean that right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between Tio and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that Tio said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on
Lamont Roach has made it clear that while his main goal in any fight is to secure victory, his ultimate desire is to knock out his opponent. He thinks that stepping into the ring is more than just about winning, it's about making a statement. Roach has trained tirelessly, dedicating days and nights to perfecting his trade. If he gets to knock out Gervonta Davis, it would be a career-defining moment and a testament to his relentless work ethic. Roach sees this as a chance to prove himself at the highest level and solidify his place among boxing's elite.
Earlier, my initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so you know, if that happens in the midst of it, you know, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Lamont Roach thrives on showing people wrong. Whenever someone doubts their skills, it fuels his determination to push even harder. Throughout his career, he has met critics to question whether he belonged among boxing's elite. After his first fight with Gervonta Davis, some felt he didn't do enough to secure a clear victory. Despite putting on a strong show, he still had doubters. Now heading into the rematch, Roach sees this as the perfect chance to silence them. He is driven to show that he is not just a good fighter, but a great one. He wants to show that his skills, power, and heart can overcome any challenge. The criticism only motivates him to train harder, perfect his technique, and step into the ring with unwavering confidence. Roach thinks that this rematch will be his moment to make a statement and truly establish himself as one of the best.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So it definitely gives me an incentive, and like I said before, I've been before. Heck, the fight they had me ducked. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So, you know, it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Tank Davis has never looked this fragile in the ring, and much of that credit goes to Lamont Roach. Roach's skill, toughness, and strategic approach put Tank into a competitive fight, something many didn't expect. His ability to withstand Tank's power and counter effectively made the fight much closer than expected. Roach's calm and confidence shook Tank in a way no opponent has before. This shows Roach is an elite fighter who belongs at the top. His performance was nothing short of amazing, and now in the rematch he wants to solidify his dominance even further. Some critics say that Lamont Roach cannot be considered a great fighter based on just one strong performance. They think that while he fought well against Gervonta Davis, a single impressive fight isn't enough to define true greatness. According to them, Roach needs to constantly prove himself at the highest level by delivering similar performances in future fights. On the other hand, many still view Gervonta Davis as a proven star who simply had an off night. His track record, knockout power, and past wins show that he is an elite boxer. Supporters of Davis claim that he wasn't fully focused during his fight with Roach, which led to a closer contest than expected. They think that a focused and prepared Tank will dominate in the rematch. For Roach, the rematch is a chance to prove that his first performance wasn't a fluke. If he wins again, he can solidify his place among boxing's elite.
I don't think Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma, Roach versus Shakur, Roach versus Keyshawn, Haney, Teop? No. 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 I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go 1 day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Rolly Romero has protected Tank, Davis claiming that one bad night doesn't define his career. According to Romero, Tank remains the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. He thinks that even the greatest fighters have off nights, and Tank's performance against Lamont Roach was just that, an off night, not a sign of decline. Romero points out that Davis's skill, power, and success over the years still place him among the pound-for-pound best. One close fight shouldn't erase everything Tank has achieved. Fans and analysts may criticize his performance, but Romero believes that every great fighter, from legends like Floyd Mayweather to current champions, has had tough nights in the ring. Tank now has the chance to prove his doubters wrong in the repeat. If he comes back stronger, he can tell the world why he is still considered one of boxing's top stars.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Not only has Floyd Mayweather distanced himself from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also not been in his corner lately. This absence may have led to Tank's performance being affected. Ford has always been a key figure in Davis's growth, pushing him to improve and polish his skills. However, Ford stated that his role had naturally concluded, believing that Davis had learned everything he could from him. While he still supports Tank, he understands that every fighter must finally move forward. Now Davis must show he can succeed without the two biggest influences in his career.
What's the best for him? I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push things so I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, oh, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do, you know?
Going into the, the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it, splitting the time? How's it going to be splitting the time to,
no,
from
this
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I got to do is speak. Been taking out history since I was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, yo, I'm glad you here now. He watched him. He said, boom. And I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time out. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have always been in Gervonta Davis's corner, offering mentorship, strategy, and confidence throughout his career. Every time Tank stepped into the ring, they were there ensuring he stayed disciplined and focused. Their presence played a major role in his dominance and rise to stardom. However, the situation has changed drastically. Tank is now without both of them, navigating his job alone. Some think this absence has already impacted his performance, seen in his fight against Lamont Roach. Without their knowledge and experience guiding him, Davis faces new challenges. Many argue that without Mayweather and Ford's influence, Tank might not have reached his current position. Their absence raises questions about his ability to keep his elite level on his own. Now Davis must prove that he can continue to succeed, showing the world that he is more than just a product of their guidance.
Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head. I need this 10th, 11th, and 12th. On the unofficial, he's down.
Okay. He say unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shots. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was faster.
Both Calvin Fort and Floyd Mayweather were instrumental in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, guiding him through challenges and pivotal choices. They offered mentorship, strategy, and experience, ensuring he stayed on the right path. Now, with both figures no longer in his corner, Davis must handle the boxing world independently. This shift raises questions about how he will adapt without their direction. Some believe he is past their influence, while others think their absence could impact his future success. Only time will tell if stepping away from them was the right choice or if it will affect his career trajectory.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take their fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice, when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at, you know? We at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract to make them moves.
That's it for today's movie. Stay tuned.